Take-Two CEO reckons Civilization 7's mixed reception is just history repeating itself. Every time we've come out with a new platform iteration of Civilization, there's been some consternation on the part of consumers. Well, has it ever happened in the past, though, that your new game died so fast that there was more people playing the old one than the new one? Has that ever happened before? I mean, he is kind of right that there's always people complaining about things changing, but has it ever happened before that they just stopped buying it, though? I don't know, man. I mean, stay the path. There's only one way to know for sure. Yeah, the old one had way more features. Yeah, that's what makes this funny. Like the new one, like this Civ 7 is like the epitome of enshittification. I don't think it does a single thing better than 6 did. And it does a lot of things worse, and some things are missing altogether. So basically, like, why does this thing need to exist? Like, if you're not going to do a single thing better than your predecessor, and you're actually going to be worse in every way, why do you exist? Civilization 7 has proved to be one of the more divisive games of current year thus far. At present, its Steam rating is split almost precisely down the middle between players who enjoy its attempt to streamline the experience, aka removing like 3/4 of the features, and those who believe the changes result in shallow and predictable turn-based strategy. It's the most divided response to a new Civilization game I can personally recall. But according to Strauss Zelnick, boss of Civ 7's publisher Take-Two Interactive, the reaction is nothing new when compared to the great span of the series' history. He's not exactly wrong, but if you're going to write off the game's underperformance on this, you're going to be sorely disappointed. Speaking of GameHistory.biz, in a wide-ranging chat, Zelnick was asked how he saw the post-launch journey of Civ 7 playing out. While he admitted the game has some challenges at launch, Zelnick pointed out that this is hardly the first time a new Civilization game gets met with a divergent response from its player base. But is this the first time it's bad enough that it might be considered a flop? Every time you come out with a new platform iteration of Civ, there's been some consternation on the part of consumers who love the franchise and are beholden to its prior iteration. There are even we will occasionally do updates, make changes, address concerns, and the sales cycle ends up being very long, and people once again will fall in love with it. Can you at least make it better than the one before? This isn't to say that Zelnick believes the game is perfect. He conceded that we probably have a bit more work to do, but he seems happy with the game's commercial performance, stating that sales are strong. Well, initially they probably were because it's a mainline Civilization game, but what's happened since then? Nothing. Moreover, he believes that the critical response will eventually catch up with the commercial one. We are really happy with how it's going, and I think in the fullness of time, it will be just great. If it has time. I'm sure there's been a lot of gacha games that were canceled within 3 months of release that said the same thing. Oh, yeah, just give us a year and the game's going to be great. Next year, things are going to be great. Oh, there's a VR version of Civ 7? Then that might be the reason they stripped everything out. Damn, that's actually a good theory. If they knew they were going to do a VR version from the start, yeah, that makes sense. They had to make it VR compatible, so it couldn't be too complicated. There's currently some truth to Zelnick's comments. Civilization has detractors whenever Firaxis makes changes to the formula. That said, I think Zelnick's response downplays the number of detractors this particular iteration has. More than 3 months on from launch, just 48% of Steam viewers view the game positively. That's only 4% better than when the game launched, which isn't exactly a drastic improvement. And meanwhile, I think Civ 6 is running with a lot more players, So as for the game's commercial performance, Zona commented the strong sales does seem accurate. According to data from video games analyst Matt Piscatella, Civ 7 is the 8th best-selling game of current year. Well, it hasn't exactly been a year of hits, so it's definitely been a year of shits, though. All right, and it's only in the U.S., okay. At the same time, Civ 7 seems substantially less popular than previous entries in the series. Going to Steam charts, Civ 7 had 9,537 players in-game at the time of writing, compared to 43,307 players playing Civilization 6 and 15,981 playing Civ 5. Oh my God. Okay, that is just bad. Dude, the previous game had over 4 times the concurrent players. Damn. And the one before that had 50% more. Oh man. I knew it was bad, but I didn't know it was this bad. Yeah, this is what I would call a flop. Whew. So yeah, Doom Eternal apparently was a flop too if you go by player numbers. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of videos asking a lot of inconvenient questions in the near future, I think. Like, why was this a flop? So it doesn't seem to line up so well. There's comment about Civ 7's longevity. Yeah, when everyone already prefers the last 2 games, or how's Doom's sales numbers? I don't know. I heard that it sold around 300,000 on Steam. Have any of you seen Microshaft announcing they hit 1 million? Yeah, because usually, unless they blow past 1 million really early and they want to announce a later milestone, usually when they hit 1 million, they announce it. Yeah, people think Arts in chat, the RTX requirements were the reason. Hey, that's what I was saying too. Like I commented that on a few videos where they were talking about how it's surprising that Doom is underperforming this much. I've been saying it's the RTX requirement because a lot of PC gamers still don't have RTX card. Like I keep singing its praises, but apparently a lot of people still don't understand how awesome a 1080 Ti is. It is a real damn good card. It can handle almost anything, at least to acceptable standards, but it doesn't have RTX. So there's a lot of people playing with cards like that don't feel the need to get an RTX card. Yes, technically you can get RTX cards for just a couple $100, but why? Just to play one game? If you already have a card that functions fine with everything else you play, you'll be fine. A lot of people have them, but not good enough ones. Ouch. Besides that, Doom of all games isn't optimized. No, you want to know what's sad? Well, sad for certain people. I think it's cool. Notice that whenever some Western studio announces a game, there's like no hype for it anymore. Everyone just either ignores it or laughs. Now, be it a new IP or a return of an old IP, whatever. But China announces a brand new game, and all of a sudden, everyone's got they got everyone's attention. I think the Western part of the game industry is cooked, and they know it. I got to argument with some criticism of me and others not upgrading RTX graphics card because we brought the forced mandatory RTX requirement. Yeah, there's nothing to argue there. If you don't have an RTX card, you just say I don't plan on getting one. Now, you want me to buy a whole new card just for one game when the one I have still works fine with everything else? Nah, not going to do it, bro. As the kids say, this ain't it. Yeah, the modern audience will save the Western industry. Yeah, that's what Japan and the West are banking on. But anyway, so among all this, it's worth noting that we fell for the more positive side of the Civ 7 debate. Yeah, so I guess PC Gamer liked it. Well, good for them.